Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, as you can see right now, we're about to watch the live broadcast of the special program for version 5.2, Tapestry of Spirit and Flame. The latest Archon Quest was truly dynamic. Felt like we experienced a little war. It was quite heart-wrenching. So many sacrifices. Rest in peace to all the fallen warriors. They were true heroes. However, we gathered a lot of intel, and don't get me started on the fake sky. It was gloomy as hell, and it gave off strong sustainable heavenly principle vibes, in my opinion. It was quite eerie. Nevertheless, it was quite cool to see that Mavica and the captain coordinated their efforts against the Abyss. And remember, it's the Abyss and not the Abyss Order. I still believe that Mavica has still an ace up her sleeve, which she's keeping a secret, which might be linked to either Renova, the ruler of death, or Shibalang, the first Pyro Archon. We will see what the special program has in store for us today in about 50 minutes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
This is the other side of Natlan, right?
So Ochcon's still managing to sow discord.
New tribes?
After all these years.
Oh, Chasca.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator. At this time and place, I'll bet the easiest person to find is...
Ooh, that looks so cool. Oh.
His spirit has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
Ororon of her star.
Granny won't let me.
The music!
500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City.
As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to
Oh,
help.
that's some sort of Brazil thing.
Be free!
Take me up!
Time to say hello.
Okay, new boss.
Knock him down.
Ooh, she's riding on her gun?
It's either your end or mine! Before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
Okay. A lot of things happened. Okay, this is a new Saurian. I wonder what they're called. It looks so cute. Oh my god, look at the eyes. Guys, don't forget to redeem your codes. They are only valid till whatever time zone it is for you. So we will be introduced to new, well, not new, but to the added tribes again. There's a new added location. Seems like an ancient location. Ororon and Chasca are going to be playable.
Hey travelers,
Oh,
welcome
that's
to the
you again.
Genshin Impact version 5.2 special program. I'm Gabe from the
Look
Low
at the
team.
Saurian.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a cuckoo soar. Want to join
Cuckoo
us?
Sour.
Hey, don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
Aww.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
She approves of your compliment.
Hey, I didn't know you could speak Saurian.
Oh, I can't. But I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Whoa, are all cuckoosaurs as friendly as this one?
Adult cuckoosaurs are usually very proud creatures, but there are always exceptions.
Well, since our cuckoosaur friend kicked things off for us, I know just the place to start. The Flower Feather Clan.
All right, let's do it. Cuckoosaurs live among the Flower Feather Clan, which is suspended high above the mountains. This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their people can command the power of the skies. It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient
Ooh,
duty to patrol
wait,
and
wasn't
safeguard
that
the
that
entire
one
region
red?
of Natlan.
What's his
As
name
elite
again?
special
I forgot.
forces,
Ifa?
Their job was to detect threats, disseminate intel, and quickly neutralize
I think that's
any
where his
dangers to
office
the
is.
nation. Though the circumstances are different now, the tribe never forgot its origins. They still hold trials to assemble the fastest teams in the tribe. The trials test the pilot's skill and teamwork with the Cuckoosaurs.
This is so cool.
I'm so pumped about these Cuckoosaurs.
Yeah, Cuckoosaurs are the proudest out of all the Saurians. They know that they're the kings of the sky.
We're gonna
Cuckoosaurs
fly?
can consume phlogiston to climb higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair. Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an accelerated
That's
glide
so
state
cool.
after a horizontal roll. In addition, they can even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Cuckoosaurs are really hard to tame.
Yeah, that's true. You need to prove yourself in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery skill during flight. That's the only way to become a true Cuckoosaur rider.
Wow, that's so strict.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Them two are so
Okay,
sweet.
Now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in that land has a unique way of communicating with their Saurian companions. The members of the Flower Feather clan use a special item to summon their Cuckoosaurs. What is that item?
A feather? Maybe?
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
Here's a hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I remember now. Horn.
Ding ding ding! Cuckoosaurs live far from the tribe and from each other. So
Ah.
in order to summon them, the tribe's people use whistles and horns to produce
Okay.
loud noises. So there's your overview of Cuckoosaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other Saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chasca, the Flower Feather clan's expert peacemaker,
She's
can
so
help
pretty.
mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation is silencing both parties. Is that true?
Well, that's only in special cases. Most of the time, Chasca barely needs to intervene. Everyone knows what she's capable of, so people usually find a way to set aside their differences when she shows up.
Oh, so she doesn't just handle conflicts between humans and Saurians.
Raise some power
She keeps
sound.
the peace between people too.
Exactly. Chasca was corrupted by abyssal power as a child, so she has a strong compulsion to fight, but she knows how to rein it in.
Right. I heard
Which
that
is
she
so
was
strong.
abandoned as a baby. It seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah, but luckily for her, the Cuckoosaurs took her in and raised her as one of their own.
Mhm.
In addition to hunting and flying, Chasca gained a lot of unique combat experience from her Saurian childhood. When Chasca is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While she's in the Night Soul's blessing
This is
state,
so cool.
Chasca can ride and control her gun like a Cuckoosaur. The Soul Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed and resistance to interruption, it also allows her to get a better angle on her enemies.
This is really cool.
Wow, that mid-air perspective is so cool.
Yeah.
It seems so liberating.
Yeah, and Chasca's fierce when she's in the zone. In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca's normal attacks deal animo damage. to enemies
This
in
gun
front.
is
Unleashing
huge.
A charged attack in this state will cause Chasca to enter a special aiming mode.
She looks
This allows her to
effortlessly
lock onto a set
cool.
number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact. In addition, for every Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro character in your party, one of Chasca's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion and deal the corresponding type of elemental
That's
damage.
cool.
Whoa, no way! So Chasca can directly deal other types of elemental damage based on the characters in her party.
Party, yeah.
Since she's an animal character, she can
Swirl
swirl,
it.
at the same
Mhm.
time. That's
That's
awesome.
so
Yeah,
cool.
I know, right? Her elemental burst has a similar function too. Chasca fires a gale-splitting Soul Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then
Look.
splits into 6 Soul Seeker shells, which continue to attack nearby
She's
enemies.
prepared for her
These shells can
snap.
also undergo elemental conversions.
That's so cool. No wonder she's one of the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the
Her
warriors from the Flower Feather clan
art
are
animation is
formidable
so
for sure,
cool.
but we should also shed some light on those who aren't as skilled.
Oh, are you talking about the wingless? That's what the tribe calls people who fail the flight trials, right? They're the challengers who fail to earn the recognition of a Cuckoosaur.
Exactly. But the
Oh.
name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves. But that assumption is challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare to ask, what if you didn't need a Cuckoosaur to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with. Now, whether that's the right
Is that a
path
hint
is for
on the
us to
quest?
discover. Chasca will also be there to help us find the answer.
Wait,
So,
changing the
check out
rules.
Chasca's Tribal Chronicle if you're interested in what happens.
Is there
Okay.
anything else that you can tell us?
Remember how I mentioned that Chasca was raised by Cuckoosaurs?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Her Saurian mother will make an appearance in this quest.
Oh.
Even though she's joined human society, Chasca still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
Oh, so Chasca still
So
has
adorable.
a soft side, even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely. The Flower Feather Clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 Interlude. All fires fuel
We
the
are
flame.
rebuilding
The tribe is
Nightwind.
facing a crisis, and they'll need the travelers' help to find a solution.
What
Let's feel
kind
the
of crisis?
flame.
Well, the Flower Feather clan suffered the worst of the abyssal contamination during the battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people, it also damages the mind. Many members of the Flower Feather clan are suffering from the mental repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid.
It looks
Beyonce
so
will be
cool.
there too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the Collective of Plenty, she's traveling around Natland to help those in need.
The people of Natland really value unity, don't they?
Truly
no one
has
fights alone. That's one
consequences.
of my favorite things about Natland. Oh, wait. It looks like the captain will also be there.
Yes, the captain will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information if you pay close attention to what he has to say. The captain rarely gives away too much information in his regular interactions, but his secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So keep an eye out, but of course, restoring Natland's fighting spirit remains the top priority. After all, the war isn't over yet. The abyssal contamination is still around, and we have a very important battle ahead. Natland needs mental fortitude more than ever before.
The Flower Feather clan is pretty close to the Masters of the Nightwind, where the Ictomosaurs live. That tribe could be another good place to recover from the battle.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
If you head west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive
The
at the
Nightwind's
settlement
tribe?
of the mysterious Masters of the Nightwind.
Looks
The
so
tribal settlement
pretty.
offers a
Oh my
unique
god.
glowing landscape at night. If you venture even further, then you might encounter the tribe's wild
Looks
Ictomosaur
like an
elder,
owl.
or one of the many shamans who can communicate with spirits. I even heard that the witch doctors who live there can help cleanse your spirit. Plus, the graffiti art is really incredible.
Wow.
In fact, there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers?
Ororon?
It's kind of tricky, right? Well, don't worry. The Ictomosaurs can help us out. Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom. They can use their unique sight to detect things that can't be seen through normal means.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Ictomosaurs are especially skilled at detecting ley lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power from phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump higher, move faster, or even obtain surprising rewards. Ictomosaurs can also extract information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh,
I
what
bet
the
that'll
hell?
come in handy for solving puzzles.
Definitely, especially in Tribal Chronicles Mixed
So
which
ethereal.
will become available in version 5.2. The first two acts feature a lot of intriguing puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomosaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomosaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks like
Ictomosaur?
so much fun. Do we
Cuckoosaur,
know anyone who
Ictomosaur.
can use that ability? Besides the new Saurian, I mean.
Yes, Ororon can do it too.
Oh my
Like the
god.
Ictomosaurs, Ororon has the ability to
It looks
rise
like a
into the air.
bat, kind
He also
of.
has a keen sense of perception. While charging an aimed shot, Ororon will enter the spirit speaker state, allowing him to extract power from Natland's graffiti and runes.
Ooh.
Speaking of Ororon, I was honestly super surprised by his personality. before the 5.1 Archon Quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, right? Is he really that
Really
sweet,
caring.
though? Just to think about all the sneaking around behind his granny's back.
Ah, true.
For the good,
The
for the
tribespeople
good.
of the Masters of the Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But Ororon really takes it to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Ororon is a bit different from the Natlan characters
Oh,
we've met so far. He
this
doesn't
is so
need to depend on the Night Soul's
adorable.
blessing state to gain Night Soul points, and he can maintain the Night Soul's blessing state even while he's off-field.
Ah, that does sound different from the other Natlan characters. So how do his abilities work?
Let me start by explaining how Ororon gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Ororon can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Ororon unleashes his elemental skill.
Okay.
Then it sounds like he works well with Hydro and Electro characters.
Yep. And in combat, when enemies take damage from electro-charged reactions or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Ororon can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So you need to pair him with the right characters if you want him to gain Night Soul points, enter the Night Soul's blessing state, and trigger the effect.
He looks really
Exactly.
cool.
Though I should mention that Ororon doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the Hypersense effect.
Wait, he can trigger it even while he's off-field? That sounds really useful.
Totally. His Elemental Burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Ororon performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic
This is so
Oculus,
fun.
which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
That should be great for crowd control.
Yes, with Ororon in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier.
Wow.
And speaking of making things easier, Ororon can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Ororon really cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his side, I'm sure victory will always be within reach.
The crowd control is really cool.
Cool. So we introduced two of the upcoming regions in this update, the Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Nightwind. But there's more. Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region.
MTR
It's called
Forgotten and Legend
Oceanatlan.
awaits the arrival of new
I
guests.
think we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking at the Flower Feather Clan. It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous. It looks completely abandoned.
Looks
Is it
gloomy.
dangerous?
Yes. This is a
Yes.
restricted area in that land due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come here in search
Everyone
of
looks
treasure
petrified.
or to slay the dragon. Unfortunately, none of them have ever returned. The Flower Feather Clan often sends riders to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Oh,
Wait,
it
did
was
you
an
say
abyssal
slay the
monster.
dragon?
Yeah, I know we introduced some adorable saurians earlier, but this creature is actually really terrifying.
Oh.
It
Ooh.
occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay, that's pretty concerning.
Ooh.
It's easy
Like
to take
fireballs.
human-saurian coexistence for granted these days, but it actually took generations of effort to reach this point. This relationship wasn't nearly so harmonious in the ancient
So
past.
people never
Travelers
coexisted
will
with
need to
Saurians?
explore Ochkanatland to uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage. Of course, travelers won't have to do this alone.
I wonder if
take
that
a look.
was Shibalang on the Muro. Oh,
that?
what's that?
This is a very important companion who will help us explore Ochkanatland. His name is Kokoweek.
It's a
As
sweet,
for his power, well, why don't you
sweet
take a guess?
baby with
Is
enormous
he our moral
skills
support?
and
You know,
power.
He could make a cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tapetlosaur friend out of a job. Little one works really hard.
Okay. Then
Little
I've got
one.
nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that
It's so
Ochkanatland
small.
is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well, that's
Bona.
where Kokoweek comes in. We can use his power to clear abyssal contamination. Follow the direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoik has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a useful little guy.
I know, right? Now, travelers can
Running up the
explore
city of
Ocean
flowing
Atland with
ash.
two companions, Kokoik and
No,
Little One.
sorry.
In fact, I've heard there's even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano.
Look,
A new adventure with
there
Little
are
One awaits in
leftovers
version
of a dragon
5.2.
again.
This update will bring us one step closer to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's past. Familiar Saurian companions can also help us explore Ochkanatland. For example, with the help of a Kaholasaur, we can evade source mechanism attacks.
Ooh,
With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil
so
dragon. But
beautiful.
we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Like the
Wait,
music.
are those some kind of lava fish? Does this mean we can fish in Netland?
Yes, but I've got some friendly advice, travelers. You should be very careful while exploring Ochkanatland. Some of the abyssal monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful
Looks like a
enemies.
fake version of
High-level monsters
Immense
such
Soul.
as the Tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true. The Abyss has corroded Natland's ley lines, allowing these monsters to read the memories inside of them and mimic creatures from Tevat.
How do we
Okay.
defeat them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of
Void
confusion.
fantasy
Night
plant.
Soul-aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced.
Tenebrous
It's
Papilla,
scary to
pitch black
think about how
monster
much
that is
harder
in
these
from an
fights will
alien
get
world.
as abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Plunge
that was
through
a
of
lot
corruption deep into the
information to
home
take
of
in at
souls of
once.
memory.
But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise.
Alien world.
First up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version
Mhm.
5.2. Just like in version 5.1, travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems, and the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3. It's now time to introduce the event wishes. In
Oh.
the first half of version 5.2, travelers
Lene.
can look forward to event wishes from Chasca and Lene. Ororon will also receive a drop rate boost. And
I'm
in the
gonna
second
skip.
half of version
Oh,
5.2, we'll have returning event
Oh,
wishes
two
for Fury
dragons?
and Ruby. The weapon banner will feature a new 5-star bow, Astro Vulture's Crimson
Okay.
Smash, and 2 new Natland specific 4-star weapons. Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
All right, it's time for our first break. Once we come back, we'll dive right into the event portion.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of information. So sadly, I'm going to skip both banners. Although I really want to have Ororon added to my collection, saving for Malika. And I think so far it's really interesting. Like, I wonder what kind of intel Capitano will share with us. I wonder what happened as to why the dragon seems to, despite the human. Oh, look, so many of them. They look so sweet.
Welcome back, travelers.
What's that?
Welcome back. Let's dive straight into the event section. So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In the
Sword
version
looks so
5.2
cool.
event, Ikitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls.
Oh, it was a missplitter.
Travelers will team up with Citlali and Ororon to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
Travelers will
Okay.
need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also need to reconstruct scenes from the tribe's woven scrolls and gather lost spirits scattered throughout the region. Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way, including Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe of this
Oh,
event. It
this is
looks
so
like Citlali
beautiful.
is performing some kind of ritual. It's also mysterious.
When a situation gets tough, it's Granny to the rescue.
Definitely.
Citlali and Ororon have some really fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the popcorn whenever these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking of fun, let's get into the event gameplay. First up is the Search for Lost Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together
Oh,
to
what are
herd
these
the
bubbly
scattered roaming
things?
spirits into specific zones to earn points.
I think we
Pay
had
attention to the
such
conditions on the
event,
field
like
if
such
you want a
mini
higher
game
score.
already,
For example,
like a similar
travelers
one.
can jump on stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storms.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the right teams to complete the objectives.
Okay.
Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint.
Well, the
at
typical
enemies.
mini games.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Nightwind's aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah,
some
and so does the Spirit
extra
Moon in
effects and
restoring
buffs.
fragmented records. Sitlali will use her powers to reveal special fragments. Travelers will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Make sure that you pay attention to the order and positions of the fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention. Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event. The design definitely fits the Masters of the Nightwind. It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree. Oh, and this event will allow travelers to learn more about Natland's secrets.
Especially the
For
Ascended
example, this
version.
quest will reveal new clues about a mysterious and legendary place, the
Okay.
Mare Tavari.
Wow, we've been hearing about this place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information. On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its
Catherine?
members. Active adventurers have been invited to take on the
Aw.
challenge, including the Traveler. Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters and fully leverage their skills to earn rewards.
Did they
I know you're
mention?
up to the challenge, Travelers. Good luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the Knights of Favonius are conducting a war game to improve security tactics in the region. And who better to test these tactics than the Honorary Knight? Be sure to pay close attention
splash
to the
arts
game
are
since
so
the
beautiful.
format has changed this time. Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once the lineup is set, the monsters will fight automatically. Available combat units and stratagems are completely random. You know,
Okay.
just to build some unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses. Even more elite monsters will be available for travelers
You're
to use.
useless. I'm gonna
It's a
kick you
volatile
away.
environment,
And
so
then
do your best to win as
I
many rounds as
fall.
possible, earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next event. We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
Oh,
Oh, looks like they're selecting tactics. Double damage? That sounds powerful.
oh. TCG?
Whoa, it's automated.
TGC? I'm not even
Cool.
sure what
The
it's
elemental
called.
reaction effects are completely different.
I think I've only played it
This
once.
brand new heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry. Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards that align with your strategies to trigger powerful elemental reactions. The
Uh-huh.
effects will change depending on how you play. In addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back. Characters will automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow, it's like we got a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natland. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring a few updates to regular Genius Invocation TCG.
Do you ever feel a little cooped up while you're playing card games? Well, don't worry about that. Our next event will give travelers the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors. In Claw Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track down some adopted animals. Travelers will be able to see the animal's point of view by using a special tool. Once you've
Oh,
managed to deduce their
beautiful.
location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who adopted them. I feel like Ororon would really shine in this event. He's definitely an animal lover.
I can see that. I'm sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
Yeah.
Finally, the Leyline Overflow event will return in version 5.2. If you need Mora or character EXP materials, then keep an eye out.
Alright, let's dive into some updates and game optimizations. First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater.
Oh,
Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience. So, this will no longer be the case in version 5.2. Now,
that's
after
great.
finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice. Travelers can now enjoy the thrill of combat without any interruptions.
And for all the generous
Yeah,
travelers
it kind
who
of
like to
kicked you
give their supports for their
out of the
friends,
flow
a
you were
supporting
in.
caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have borrowed your supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
Ooh.
It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imagineering Theater will now feature recommended role icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
Yeah, it's really
That
well
is so
optimized now.
helpful. I'll occasionally put together a random team if I've just started experimenting with some characters, but this information should make it a lot easier to form strategic teams.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2. You can now sort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the most recent to the oldest. Second, the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
That's really nice. The dev team designed a lot of intricate animations for these features, but it can feel a bit frustrating when you have to watch them over and over again.
I think
There
it's
will
cool
also
when
be
you have
several
like
optimizations
when you
for the
can
Serena teapot.
they show up the
The seed
latest
dispensary can now hold more of
artifact
every type of
that
seed.
you have
You'll be able
farmed
to purchase wood
instead
at
of
the
like
Realm
searching
Depot
and
in
scrolling and
exchange for
scrolling.
realm currency. In addition, the cooldown for the boon of the Elder Tree will be reduced to 5 seconds. This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Awesome.
Ooh.
I've been meaning to use some cool replicas in my Serena teapot, but
I never
I'm
knew
always
that we
short on
had
wood. So
such
this should be really helpful.
object
Nice!
or
I'm
device.
so excited for you. Oh, and optimizations have been
Kind of
made
behind.
to artifact locking. The updated lock assistance interface will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations. Of
Okay.
course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans. This will make it much faster to organize your inventory.
Ooh.
In addition, a shortcut button that navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the artifact domain challenge screen and the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want. A star feature will also be added next to the lock button on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter by stars to quickly track them down.
Finally, treasure compasses will now be able to locate even more treasure locations, including Sealies and time trial challenges.
That's
A
cool.
quick swap feature will also be added for treasure compasses and Oculus Resonance Stones. Enabling this feature will allow travelers to more easily use these devices across regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location in the game.
Yeah, they
Awesome.
pretty much
Be sure to
simplified
check
a
out
lot of
future
things.
announcements for
But
more
who's
details
that
about
in the
version
middle?
5.2 optimizations.
All right, that was a lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
Oh, the splashes is so pretty. Look, there are so many of them, sleeping, fully awake. I really like the optimizations, they're coming in handy. I personally still think about this alien world. The stream itself seems kind of like calm.
Welcome back, travelers. What else do we have
I think
on
there's
the
a lot
agenda,
going
Kate?
on.
We have some very exciting news to share.
Oh?
After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact
yeah.
on the Xbox Series X and S. Log into Genshin Impact on Xbox Series X and S consoles to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course Intertwined. Additionally,
Is there a
Xbox
related
Game Pass
quest too?
Ultimate members can play Genshin Impact via cloud gaming. They'll also find extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Awesome.
All right, that should be everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program. Is there anything that you want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to all the new characters.
I would kind of miss
Chasca
those
and her
two.
weapons seem really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality. And Ororon seems like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm just so excited for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline, and we have so much to explore this time. I mean, two new tribes and a new area as well. And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am, so it's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, on that note, I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Also for holding this broadcast. Before we will brainstorm, there's something I want to check out.
For example, this quest will review new clues about a mysterious and legendary place, the Mare Javari.
Wow, we've been hearing
Oh,
about this
okay.
place since Mondstadt.
Right,
It'll be
okay,
nice to get
okay.
some new
Oh, this is gonna be so exciting. I remember that the Wanderers troop set foot there before. I think the future has a lot of us in store. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. The live stream was actually good. The substitute house did a really great job. Props to them. And I hope the expectations and desires of the voice actors will be met. I can completely understand the strike. Now for the information that we have gathered so far, it seems like that this ancient city or location will play a big role. Apparently it's also called the Cinder City, and there was also like a very fatal mistake mentioned that happened like 500 years ago. Some are worried that the same mistake might be repeated, and I think Capitano included. Someone or something named Oshkan was also mentioned that is causing like troubles, which could by any chance be the dragon. This some sort of entity emerged from the alien world as we have here, and it looks like it's trying to replicate the Immorn Soul. It likely has like access to a vast network full of information that it has probably gathered from like Teyvat or like roaming in Teyvat, and which is why it can like imitate monsters. Probably that's my take on that. I'm really excited to meet the Flower Feather clan and get like familiarized with the Kukusaurus and the mechanics. And we will also meet Aoife. We will also meet the bad Aoife, it seems. The Nightwind stripe looks aesthetically pleasing, especially at night. It's full of mysteries, especially like the rituals that they're holding, and that the shamans can actually communicate with spirits. It's really like beyond comprehension. It kind of shows again how interesting Citlali actually is. Portrayed as a fear-mongering person, but like she's crazy cool in my opinion. And the splash art, it's so beautiful. The animations, I really love it. I truly love it. Marika wasn't hurt this time, and I still wonder what the mural was about. Let's see what the captain will share with us. I mean, if they fear that the same mistake might be repeated, they likely know from experience what happened, and any info could either save Natlan or not. But since this is only an interlude, like an Archon Quest Interlude, we definitely need to brace ourselves for something big, and we're definitely all excited for it. I wish everyone lots of fun when the new version launches. Good luck if you're either pulling on the banners for phase 1 or phase 2. Great luck to you. Let me know your thoughts on this whole live stream down below the comment section, and yeah, take care of yourselves. I will see you hopefully soon. Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye.